Hello, once again. Welcome to Nebula Pod with Isaac. This is another new episode. Please bear with me until the end of the video and learn something about numerology, astrology, and all the laws of the universe at large. So, in this platform, we usually share knowledge about astrology, numerology, and the laws of the universe at large, and also help people from awakening from a long-term captives or being captured by how the society and the world is going. It's more about awakening. So lately there have been a lot of things happening in this world, including riots every parts of the world, government changes, what we so call Generation Z happening to become revolutionary in different parts of the world. All these changes are not coincidence. So what do you think in the world of the universe, or according to the laws of the universe, how is this described? So you see, in this universe, we move in circle. The universe itself also moves in circle. For example, let's take an example in a year. We have 4 seasons that repeat themselves every year. We start with spring, then summer, then autumn, winter, then it returns again. So the universe, it's in circular motion. It evolves. It evolves. The sun, the earth revolves around the sun as the solar system is described. So everything in this universe moves in a circular motion. So do our time. So what we call right now the time we are in, it's called the Age of Aquarius. But this Age of Aquarius comes with different types of circumstances, and that's what exactly we're experiencing right now in the world. What are we supposed to learn from that? We have to learn and go by time. You have to release and submit yourself within time and the actual time that is experienced by the universe. If you go opposite, definitely it's just like you moving opposite the current of a river current. What happens? Definitely disasters. So I will be sharing some examples that are happening and relate them to this knowledge about the Age of Aquarius. As I said, we are at the Age of Aquarius. So what is the Age of Aquarius? So the Age of Aquarius is a fascinating and widely discussed concept in the blends of astrology and astronomy and spiritual philosophy at large. It is said to mark a great shift in human consciousness and civilization. No wonder you see the changes that occur right now currently in the world, because it's not a coincidence. It's the Age of Aquarius that whereby consciousness shifts. In another term, we can call this is the age of wisdom. Truth cannot be hidden during this time. So a transition of age of Pisces. We come from the age of Pisces. According to the zodiac world of astrology, we are coming from the age of Pisces. Now we're transforming to the age of Aquarius. Hence, everything in this world has to change. That's why the so-called Generation Z want changes, because there are generations that happen to exist at this time of the Age of Aquarius. So, into a new era characterized by knowledge, unity, and awakening. You can just see it. The Generation Z they're not disunited. They don't care about tribalism. They don't care about races. It's all about awakening, knowledge, and unity. Wisdom is highly the most important aspect at this Age of Aquarius. So, what is the Age of Aquarius, if it's to precise describe it? In astrology, the ages correspond to precession of equinoxes a slow wobble in the Earth's rotation that makes spring. So this is more of geographical explanation, but these are the few things that we have to consider and what Age of Aquarius symbolizes. So during this period, the humanity is said to undergo major transformation in consciousness in various aspects of life. There will be changes, whether you like it or not. That's why you see the fall of governments, the fall of long-term empires. So my message to most of these regimes that have been torturing, humiliating people for a long time, it's about time these regimes to fall, because you cannot go against these laws of the universe. It's just like how the sun rises in the morning and sets in the evening. It's about time. So whether you hold on to power, if you are on a regime, whether you still hold on old knowledge, old wisdom that has been manipulated, distorted for a long period of time, it is about time to search for the inner truth. So major changes will happen during this particular time, whether you like it or not. It's because it's the Age of Aquarius. So these are few things that will have major changes during this time of the Age of Aquarius. Number one is focus. Focus on religion and devotion. For a long time, religion and politics have been used for mass control. So during the Age of Aquarius, during the Age of Wisdom, people are awakened for a long-term lie, that has been going on during centuries. It's about time the truth to come out. I do not understand for anyone who separates politics and religion. We have several facts that politics and religion go along. Let's see, for example, the rise of the Roman Empire, for example. Roman Empire is one of the largest empire ever existed and has much contribution in the spread of Christianity. So for ones who they separate religion and politics, used to humiliate people for mass control, then I truly do not understand why do you keep defending this religion that has been humiliating people for centuries, humiliating the masses, onto driving and creating certain agendas that have been operating throughout centuries and time of our existence. So during the Age of Aquarius, that's why now there is a lot of mass awakening. People start questioning about these religious books, about these religious stories. It's not a coincidence. It's because the time itself, that rising of consciousness and the shift definitely pushes people and the consciousness at large to question everything that has been existing for a long period of time. The second aspect is power and structure. So the power and structure, we can call it the centralized hierarchical. So decentralizing and collectiveness is happening during this time. During the Pisces age, there was mostly centralized aspect. That's why these power structure were more into mass control. But right now, the changes you see in the world is caused by the Age of Aquarius, which is decentralizing these power structures and bringing togetherness that we call collectiveness. The third aspect is values. The values that have been humiliated and manipulated for a long period of time. For example, in the Age of Pisces, there was faith and sacrifices. But in the Age of Aquarius, truth, freedom, and equality. In the Age of Aquarius is all about truth, freedom, and equality. So once you're existing in this Age of Aquarius, this is your group. In the Age of Pisces, as I explained before, it's more of faith and sacrifice, no questioning of everything, no reasoning. Everything that you think has doubt, you just have to believe. You just have to have faith in it and sacrifice your life for it. But the age of Aquarius, as it's the age of wisdom, we deal with truth, wisdom, freedom, and equality. That's why if there is no equality, people tend to strike. People tend to riot. And that's what is happening across the globe. The fourth aspect is expression. The freedom of expression during the Pisces time, because Pisces is a zodiac sign that is mostly involved with emotion. Anyone who holds the zodiac sign of Pisces, they're more of emotional beings, because Pisces is controlled by emotions, mystical, mostly emotional and mystical. But during the age of Aquarius, it's more about intellectual and scientific. So one thing I want to address here, mostly of other generation, these old generations, they think current generation or the so-called generation Z becoming arrogant. No, it's about time, because this is the age of Aquarius. It's more governed by intellectual and scientific facts. It's not them. It's the time. It's the universe evolving from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. So whatever is going on now in the world, it's not that this generation Z, they're arrogant, or this generation Z, they're naive. That's not it, because the globe itself and the universal consciousness drives it that way. This is the era of intellectual and scientific evidences and facts. That's how the world and the universe moves at large. So when we go to the fifth aspect, which is tools, the tools that have been used to govern the mass and all aspects at large, it was more about symbolism and ritual. If you see most of these religious books, they more focus on symbolism and what we call rituals. Rituals are part of practices. For example, prayers, different types of prayers, there can be grouped in the ritual part. Or symbolism. Symbolism, this can mark the separation of these religions, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism. But in universal consciousness, there is no unity. The first law of the universe is governed by the law of divine oneness. Every creature, every being, every universal body that exists is one and governed by the law of the divine oneness, which is the law of the universe, the first law of the universe. So mostly things that symbolism that were used in the age of Pisces, symbolism and rituals, in the age of Aquarius is more about technology and networks. So one thing you have to know, let me give a little bit of history. There is empires and civilizations that ever existed. For example, the Sumerian civilization, which is the Sumerian civilization and the Babylonian civilization that ever existed long time ago. As I said, the universe goes in a circular motion. So whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not new. That's why in some historical artifacts, the structure of buildings like pyramids, until today we ask ourselves, what kind of technology was used? And right now we don't have that technology. But back then was there. What does that tell you? It tells you whatever we're experiencing right now ever existed before. If the earth has been here for billions of years, what makes you think that whatever you're experiencing right now, it's the first time you're experiencing it? Civilizations have risen, civilizations have fallen. More advanced civilizations have been existing for the longest period on this earth. The structures, there's different type of structures that ever existed back then. The pyramids, the ancient tablets from the Sumerian mythology, the Egyptian mythology, have high quality knowledge that currently we cannot decipher. What does that have to tell you? It tells you that whatever is happening, whatever knowledge that is existing right now, ever existed and even more. Why? Because the universe evolves in a circular motion. All these periods, they repeat themselves as how the 12 zodiac signs on the circle. Okay? So, in the age of Aquarius, mostly it is governed by technology and networks, not symbolism and rituals anymore. So that's why there is major changes that are happening in the world right now. So what might happen during this time on the age of Aquarius? Here are following things that will happen, and you will observe the changes that will definitely be occurring. Many believe the shift is already under the way. The shift, if you observe the world right now and all what is happening in different parts of the world, you will definitely know that there is a massive change that is happening. Regime fall. Regimes, different types of regimes fall. Awakening. People start questioning about religions. People start questioning about a long-term lies that have been imposed in people's minds. So here are more of things that might happen, not might, that will happen during the age of Aquarius, because these are universal laws. Whether you like it or not, they will happen. So things will happen in the aspect of social, environmental, and technological changes, possible manifestations, which include technological revolution. There will be massive technological revolution, the breakthroughs of AIs, quantum computing, space explorations, and biotechnology. That's why we are at the age whereby the AI is dominating the world. The biotechnology is dominating the world. Space exploration is dominating the world. It will come time to encounter beings from other spaces. This is not a belief. The universe has billions of galaxies, which have billions of systems that we are in the solar system. And in the solar system alone, there is Earth. So you think how big this universe is. We are the only living creatures existing. You have to ask yourself a question. And all that truth during the age of Aquarius, new contacts will be made. New beings from other galaxies will have to visit and make contact with the human world. So when we come to automation, other things that will happen is automation and collective intelligence. We are moving to a time whereby a lot of things are automated. A lot of jobs will be replaced with robots, AIs. It's because this is the time that is governed with technology and networks. That cannot be avoided. That's what Age of Aquarius is. So the merging of human consciousness and technology. As you can see, now different type of chips are designed and they're implanted in human body systems for cures, for different type of aspects, preserving information. Okay, for example, Elon Musk has the Boring Company and Neuralink that deals with designing of chips that can be implanted in human beings. It's not a coincidence. It's the Age of Aquarius. When we come to social evolution, here are the experiences that we're going to experience in the Age of Aquarius. One is flattening hierarchies. More equality, transparency, and group-centered leadership. All the regimes that have been leading for a long period of time, I repeat this, all the long-term regimes that have been leading for a long period of time, they will fall. And actually, they are falling. Whether you like it or not, the regimes will fall with different type of circumstances, either through riots, either through revolution, either through wars, but the regimes will fall. because the age of Aquarius is the age of wisdom, changes, and revolution. There will be growing awareness of human rights, gender fluidity, and diversity. Those are the things that are happening right now. Human beings become more resilient to different types of changes, like the human rights, gender fluidity, and diversity. Decline of rigid religious systems. Here, I will repeat, one of the things that has been humiliating human consciousness and awakening is religious institution and religions at large. There will be a rigid fall of all religious systems that have been happening, that have been controlling the mass for a longest period of time. Because if we speak the facts, religion is man-made. The universe does not recognize religion. When the sun provides energy to the earth, it does not specify or it does not favor. But when it comes to religion, religions bring divisions. Religions bring disunity. Religions bring war. And that's the truth. Especially to countries like Africa, have been disunited because of religions. So it's about time at the age of Aquarius people to be spiritually awakened, spiritually gaining their spiritual freedom, be able to practice and connect to the nature and the universe directly, not through institutions, corrupt religious systems. And that's the fact. And it's about the matter of time. Whether you like it or not, these religious systems are going to fall during these times of the age of Aquarius. And that's the laws. Those are the laws of the universe themselves. They are stating this, not me. So for whoever thinks that I'm attacking religious systems or religious institution, but that's the truth. The whole universe experiencing changes, the shift of consciousness right now. So one of the things that has been suppressing Africa and most of the countries that have not prospered for the longest period of time is colonialism, and the colonialism has been imposed through religious systems that has been operating in these countries for the longest period of time. So the liberations of African countries starts with decolonizing these foreign gods and religions. So the declining of rigid religious systems and the rise of personal spirituality and global consciousness. When we say spirituality and global consciousness, is you to connect directly to the creator, directly to the source that is straight connecting to your souls and consciousness that makes you exist in this universe. That's the topic of another video, and explain the whole existence of human creatures and all living things. There is a source, and that source has been framed in so many names with different types of religious systems and rules and implementations. So, removing that barrier of what we call religious institution and systems and directly connecting to the source, that's what we call personal spirituality and global consciousness. When we come to environmental and planetary awakening, here are the things that will happen during this times of Age of Aquarius. Is increased focus on sustainability, ecological balance, and planetary healing. Seeing Earth as a living system. Gaia consciousness. The other name of the Earth, we call it Mother Nature or Gaia consciousness according to the laws of the universe. And when we come to the conscious shift itself, the rise of awakening movements, energy healing, quantum spirituality, collective meditation. People will learn about meditation. People will more focus on energy healing, quantum spirituality. The lies, all these pharmaceutical companies that have been bringing different types of diseases to conquer mass fear so that they can be trusted. All these modern medical pharmaceutical industries are the real cause of problems and diseases that are happening in this earth and the globe at large. Human beings have been created to connect to plants, healing. The environment has everything that you need for your consciousness, for your existence. Why today medical companies produce different type of medicines that lower and distort human health systems? This is unacceptable, and the age of Aquarius is here. The age of truth, the age of freedom, the age of equality. When does it actually begin? Good news is, the age of Aquarius, in astrology, there is no an actual date, because all these dates that we put here on earth, like for example, right now we are using the Gregorian calendar it is man-made calendar. So there is no an actual date that we can speculate the age of Aquarius, but the age of Aquarius is already here. So there is a certain range. Some say, some different articles and astrologists usually say it began around the 1960s, but the top and the mark of it started since 2020. That was around December 2020. So this time is symbolized by counterculture, human rights movement, because if you observe in the 60s is where feminism started and different types of movements. That was marking the beginning of the age of Aquarius. And most of the early millennials and Generation Z are born in the age of Aquarius. That's why mostly they are driven by changes and awakening at large. So other facts and astrologers mark as the December 2020, when Jupiter and Saturn aligned, Aquarius as the energetic gateway. It acts as the energetic gateway. But in cosmic time, transitions are gradual. It may take hundreds of years. The age of Aquarius can last hundreds of years from now. It's not something that lasts for 1 or 2 years or 20 years. No, it lasts hundreds and thousands of years, because the age of Pisces, it went up to thousands of years. So the age of Aquarius is the whole spectrum of time that exists in a very long period of time, to hundreds and thousands of years. So we are still existing. More likely, until you perish from this world, you will still live and exist in the age of Aquarius. So the summary of it, the age of Aquarius is an era of awakening to truth and interconnectedness, scientific technological leaps, equality, freedom, and humanitarianism. The blending of spirituality and science, collective community-based progress. So it is not about chaos. What is happening is not about chaos. It's not about end times, but rather it's transformation and evolution. For those who do not understand, maybe they think it's time of chaos. No, it's the time of transformation and evolution, like collective graduation. And that's the age of Aquarius. Until next time, this is Nebula Pod with Isaac. And please don't forget to follow our platforms, like, comment, and share. Until next time,